Hello everyone, welcome back to SN Study Station. So today I'm here with a new topic, that is capital structure. You can see on the screen. So capital structure means first let's recall what we have done till now, what topics we have covered till now. So basically we have seen about finance, what is financial management. We have seen all those things. Then time value of money. Yeah, we have seen that money has its value and it changes according to time. As the time passes, its value changes. Then we have seen sources of capital. There are various sources available for us through which we can collect money, through which we can arrange money. Okay, if we want to invest money somewhere, first we must have money, then only we can invest it somewhere. So we have seen various sources also. And then when we are in the process of collecting the money, arranging the money, so we have to pay some cost also. So cost of capital topic also we have seen, means in each type of source, whether it is shares, debentures, loan or any other type of source is available. So what is the cost of getting money from that source? Okay. Then we have seen the topic, most recent topic we have seen as capital budgeting. Okay, now when we have money, we have paid its cost also. Now we have money, so where we can invest it, how we can take decisions based on that. Now when we will have money, so what should be included in our capital structure, how we can make the structure of our capital, that we are going to see here. Okay, how we are going to make, what should be included in our capital. Okay, which structure is good or which is not so good, that all things we will see here. So concept of capital structure, basically capital structure, CS is capital structure. It refers to the composition of long-term sources of funds such as debentures, long-term debt, preference share capital and ordinary share capital. Okay, including reserves and surpluses. Mainly means capital, you all know. Capital means the huge amount of money which is required to start the business or to invest somewhere whenever huge amount is required. So that is capital. So how we are going to design our capital, that we are going to see in this topic. So today is the introduction part only. We'll see what is capital structure, how we can design our structure, all these things we'll see. Then from the second session we'll move on to numericals. So capital structure means you have seen the sources, means we can include shares in our capital, we can include debentures in our capital, we can include long-term loans, long-term debts. Okay, shares also, there are two kinds of shares, means preference shares are there, equity shares are there. Okay, so if we talk about shares also, there are two kinds of shares, equity shares, preference shares. And if we talk about mainly capital structure, so it is the combination of mainly two things, that is equity and debt. Okay, it is the ratio of these two things. In what ratio we are taking equity, in what ratio we are taking debt. Equity means it includes all types of shares, owner's capital. Okay, the person who will invest money in any business, he'll become the owner. Who will give equity to any business, he'll become the owner of that business. Debts means the person, the organizations, the institutions who will give loan to our company, so we have to pay them interest. Equity means if owner's capital is invested there, so they'll have share in profits, as well as they have to bear losses also. Okay, and debts means no matter whether there is profit or loss in the company, if the company has taken debt from any organization, from any financial institution, then it has to pay them interest regularly. No matter if they have losses also, they have to pay them interest regularly. So what will be the ratio of equity and debt in our capital? That is what capital structure tells us. So main objective of finance managers is first thing is maximize the shareholders' wealth. Okay, maximize the profit. what money, what equity is involved in our business, that we have to maximize and reduce the cost of capital. There are various sources available to us, so we have to see in what source there is very less cost, so that source we have to opt. And one more thing, we have to see that shareholders wealth also should be maximized. Not just that ki if one source is giving us very less cost, okay, so we'll go for that directly. No, we have to see both the things, whether the shareholders wealth is increasing or not, and whether the cost of capital is less or not. Both things we have to balance. So in long term debts, equity includes basically shares. It includes equity shares or preference shares, and debts includes debentures, bonds, public deposits, loan from banks or other financial institutions. So it is just the ratio of these two. Now let's see the patterns of capital structure. What we can include in our capital. So equity shares, preference shares or debts. These three things can be included in the capital. So if we talk about these three, so there are four patterns. Either equity, complete equity shares we can include. Okay, complete equity shares we can include in our capital. Okay, or we can include equity as well as preference both. This can be our capital structure. Or we can include equity, shares and debts. Or we can include all these three: equity, preference and debts. Long-term debts, long-term loan, both are same. So either we can take these all these three also. All three also we can take, correct? All three we can take, or we can go for either of these two. Means equity, preference, debt. All three we can take, or we can go for equity and preference, or we can go for equity and debt. Preference and debt is not good because equity is the owner's capital, so basically preference and debt will not take. And or we can go for completely equity share capital. We can go for complete equity share capital also, correct? Means there if we can't take complete debts, because then the company will be in huge risk. It has to, suppose the company is not having profits, it is only having losses, okay, or it is not able to pay the interest, then what will happen? That is not good. So complete debts we cannot take, but complete equity we can take. Okay, so these can be the patterns, four patterns. Either we can take all these three, or we can take equity and preference, or equity and debt, or complete equity shares we can take. So capital structure, just it is the ratio of debt and equity. In what ratio we are taking debt, in what ratio we are taking equity. Means shares and debts, loans, in what ratio we are taking. This is about capital structure. Now in the second session we'll see about the numerical problems based on it. Thank you.